The crowds come out to support all that is Cardinal sports. Mossy and his squad take the diamond, and the softball team is taking their cuts. One thing you can count on is red being in the house. This Cardinal breakaway leads to a tally. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. Talk about a short show. We got a quick one tonight.
It is. We have a lot to get through, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity doing it late on a Tuesday night because we did the baseball game this afternoon. It did not go the Cardinals' way as they wrapped up the regular season. But a long day, but we want to make sure we got it in and got all the latest as we head into the playoffs. A little bit of playoff information to talk about tonight.
It's all about everybody out there. We're doing it for you. It's midnight now.
It's not that late. We start with the baseball team closing out the regular season. They had Maple Grove last week, and the Crimson pretty good. The Cardinals hung right with them, but come up short, losing 3-1. Ian Wynn went 2 for 2 with a double and a couple of walks. Also stole a base. Ricky Petroff was 1 for 2 with a walk. Mark Manders was 1 for 3, had a stolen base. Antonio Manos 0 for 3, but he did steal a base and score the only run of the game. Jack Blasity got the start and the loss in 5 innings pitched. Gave up 2 runs, only one of them was earned. No walks, 4 strikeouts for Blasity. This final week started with a trip down to Shakopee Schlepper Stadium, and the Cardinals schlepped their way on out of there after 6 innings. They lose to the Shakopee squad 11-1. Just a couple of hits in this one. Patrick Wright went 2 for 2 as a DH, hit a double, scored the only run. Ian Ness, in his very first varsity at bat, hit an RBI double, but it turned out to be the only run of the game. It was close through 4 innings. Credit to Jared Fearing. He started through 4 solid innings, gave up 2 runs, but the bullpen gave up 9 runs in just an inning and a third, and the Sabres walked away winners.
Well, you drove down to Shakopee for the game. Was it a schlep?
It felt more of a schlep on the way home after watching an 11-1 loss. Well, the Cardinals wrapped up the regular season Tuesday afternoon, hosting the best team in the section. The Andover Huskies came in ranked 5th in the state. They had won 6 straight games and were putting up big numbers. They weren't about to let the Cardinals slow them down. It was a 1-run game into the 5th inning when the Huskies start to pull away. Sam Angel sneaks this one through the right side of the infield. That will plate 2 of Andover's 4 runs in the inning. And once the Dogs got going, they were hard to stop. They pile it on in the 6th. Ryan Coltis hits this one right back through the box. It's an RBI single. Andover had 5 hits in the inning and pushed home 6 more runs. Scary moment in the inning right here. Line drive by Anthony Pardo hits Jack Blasity just above the ankle. A run scores, but fortunately Blasity was okay, and he was able to walk it off, and continue with the inning. Next batter, Noah D'Agostino with a single in his short center. That would plate a pair for the Huskies and get them the double-digit lead. Andover pitcher Josh Stoll had a no-hitter going into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cardinals able to break that up and take away his shutout as well. Fearing with a blast to deep center field. Sam Halverson is going to score all the way from first on the triple by Fearing. Andover, though, just way too much for the Cardinals in this one. 5 errors on the Cardinals contributes to their 11-1 loss.
I like how Halverson got his jersey dirty right at the end of the game. Look at, I was there. I played hard and I scored that 1 run.
That's right.
Josh Stoll was really good
he
today.
Was.
And this kept the Cardinal batters at bay for the most part.
10 strikeouts?
10, I think it was, yeah.
10 that he finished with, and I think only 1 or 2 walks. The Huskies had a couple of errors. Cardinals not able to take advantage because they just couldn't touch. Stoll's curveball was kept them off balance all game long. But they better bounce back. This has been a relatively miserable season for this club. A lot of these guys used to winning all the way up through their youth. So the best way to deal with this, just shake it off, forget it. You're 0-0 starting next week. That's when the Section 7 AA tournament starts on Tuesday. And we hope to bring you as much action as we can. I'm certainly hoping to be at every game that I can.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get an opportunity to see what the schedule shakes down for us, and hopefully we can be there for as long as they remain in the tournament. Hopefully we can continue to cover it.
Well, you got them right where you want them.
Exactly.
Now you can't be the Cinderella team if you come in as the top dog.
Correct.
There you go.
Exactly. The spoiler.
Well, softball team will wrap up its regular season later this week, and they will have it right here on CTN. They also face Maple Grove. Crimson, just a good ball club all the way around. They beat the Cardinals 4-0 in that one, dropping the Cardinals to 7-9. Ryan Mellum did go 2 for 3. Mary Olson and Grace Graham each had hits, but that was it. 4 hits for the Cardinals, 4 runs for the Crimson, and that gives Maple Grove the victory.
Well, the Cardinals were back home on Friday afternoon hosting section rivals from St. Francis. The Saints' record isn't as impressive as Maple Grove, but the Cardinals couldn't overlook them. They were going to make the Cards work if they wanted to win. St. Francis gets started fast. Top of the first, line drive to left from Madison Rothbauer. Sydney Borchert and Bryn Banks will come home. Saints up 3 in their first half, or the half of the first. Cardinals able to get one back in the bottom. Coming up here, Jaden Gale with a shot to deep center field. Nice catches made, but easily coming home is Regan Hack. Coon Rapids is on the board, but that's about as close as it would get. Already up 4-1 in the second. It's Rothbauer again. This time she crushes it well over the fence in straightaway center. A 2-run shot makes it a 5-run lead for the Saints. Nice piece of hitting there. We're going to move to the bottom of the 6th, 2 on for Vivian Hernandez. She grounds it right back through the middle. Jennifer Carlson will score from second to make it a 7-2 game. At that point, the Cards are fighting to the end, but the Saints offense wasn't done. Top of the 7th, Isabel Wright hammers this one long and gone to left. Another 2-run shot for St. Francis, and they march to a 9-2 win.
Yeah, that was a team that coming in had a record right around the same, and it's a section rival. Those are the ones you really hope
want
to win. You got them on your home field, but Saints bats got hot. The Cardinals did not. Even worse story for them when they traveled to, I'm not entirely certain how this worked out, but they were in St. Benedict. Went to the College of St. Benedict on Monday and played Brainerd.
At like early in the day, I think 2 in the afternoon or something like that.
And they lost 10-0 in 5 innings. They were back home against Andover this afternoon. They beat the Huskies 4-2. Runny, her first ever start with 3 innings, gave up just 1 run. She finished the game without the win. Matt Steller came in and pitched the rest of the way. Also she gave up the other run, but Runny had a 2-1 lead when she left the game. Matt Steller ends up with the win, but 4 different players had RBIs to drive in the 4 runs. And as I mentioned, they'll close out the regular season on Thursday, hosting another night game against Benilde St. Margaret's and Howie.
We'll be there.
And they, too, will start their section on the 2nd of June. Tennis team already in section play. They started their postseason, really, I guess, last Thursday against Spring Lake Park. I guess they consider this still a regular season match. It's the crossover match in the conference, and the Cardinals beat the Panthers 6-1. They had beaten Spring Lake Park 5-2 earlier in the year, so this shows a little bit of improvement. Sam Murillo, a 6-2, 6-2 win at first singles. Surprise Taylor won in 3 sets at second singles, and the Cardinals sweep up in the singles. Nick Yang 6-0, 6-4, and Derek Avery a perfect day 6-0, 6-0. They were the number 4 seed. Grand Rapids had to beat St. Francis to get to the pivot courts. This happened also earlier this afternoon, and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks came up with the upset 5-2. Sam Murillo, an impressive 6-2, 6-1 win. And Derek Avery, even though he knew the match was over as he went into that 3rd set, gutted out a tough victory, won 6-3, 6-7, 6-2. And a nice way to close out his regular season. Surprise Taylor lost in 3 sets. Jensvold and Anderson at second doubles did as well. The individual section tournament starts next Tuesday. Sam Murillo and Surprise Taylor will be their singles players. Derek Avery and Nick Yang are paired up. Vinny Schnabel and Henry Staples will be the doubles teams competing for the Cardinals.
Good luck to them.
Sections. Track team had its True Team section tri-meet last week. Of course, due to COVID, you can't have everybody in the same place, so they have they have 4 different tri-meets or whatever it is. When they compiled all the stats together, the boys team finished in 6th place, right in the middle of the section pack. I think there's 9 teams, but anyway, Cole Fosslin 2nd place overall in the shot put, 46 feet 2 inches. Kingsley Freeman was 3rd place in the 100-meter hurdles. Smith was right behind him in 4th place. Andre Kemboy was 5th place in the 800-meter run. Edwards and Smith finished 6th, 7th in 300-meter hurdles. And Zach Simon was 8th place in the 400-meter dash. In the girls' side of things, the girls finished as the 7th team. Martinson, a big day, 1st place in both hurdles events, 2nd place in the pole vault with a height of 10 feet 6 inches. We talked last week on the program. She has an opportunity to get that state tournament or get the school record at 11 feet. She's 6 inches away. Still got that individual section tournament and the Northwest Suburban Conference Championships coming up. Kerr finished 3rd place in the pole vault, 4th in the triple jump. Michaela D'Souza was 4th in the 100-meter dash and 7th in the 200-meter dash. Upcoming for the track and field team, they have the Northwest Suburban Conference Championships this week, and then the District 11 Relay is next Thursday. The following week will be the section tournament, and then the state championship somewhere middle of June. Boys golf team competed in the Northwest Suburban Conference Championship earlier today. Cardinals put up one of their better scores of the season, but they still end up in 13th place. Peyton Himley led the way with an 88. King had his best round of the season with an 88. Nate Clark and Nate Klinzing evenly matched at 91 apiece. Ben Roberstad rounds out the top 5 with a 95 on the day. Section 5 AA Championship comes to the Bunker Hills course next Friday on June the 4th. The state tournament is the following weekend. Girls golf team has its Northwest Suburban Conference Championship a little later this week. End of last week, they competed in the Andover Invite. Cardinals finished 9th place out of like 13 teams. 402 was their score. Kylie Wilson led the way for the Cardinals with a 94, and you can see she was one of, I think everybody, all but one, finished with a better second 9, which is always nice to see. 101 for Godis, 102 for Severson, Garbo a 105, and Georgie a 112. They will have the Northwest Suburban Conference Championship also at the Bunker Hills Gem of Coon Rapids on Thursday. Their section tournament is the next Tuesday through Thursday. Boys lacrosse team had a couple of games last week, and they finally broke through. The Catbirds win over Andover Huskies 13-9. Blake Luke had 6 goals. Owen Spencer added 4, and Tucker Anderson had 2. Hausker made 27 saves to get the Catbirds their first win of the season. Of course, they bounced right back against a Blaine team that is very good, and the Bengals knocked them back to earth with a 15-4 loss. Blake Luke had 2 goals. Anderson and Packard Rao had the other tallies for the Cardinals. But guess what, Howie?
What?
They won again on Friday, beating up on Osseo Park Center 22-10. Owen Spencer 8 points with 6 goals and 2 assists. Blake Luke had 5 and 1. Tucker Anderson had 4 and 1. Long had an had a hat trick. Henry Leff had 2 goals, 3 assists. And David Jeebley getting in on the scoring, had a goal and 2 assists as they improved to 2-9. This week started, the final week of regular season started with a 15-11 loss at the hands of Totino Grace. At least they made it close. Blake Luke had 8 goals in that game for the Catbirds. They'll complete the regular season schedule at Armstrong on Wednesday. Then the Section 7 tournament will start next Tuesday on June the 1st. And we are hoping to visit with the Catbirds on Thursday and have one final Sports Night spotlight for you sometime next week. Time definitely to be determined because we don't even know what the baseball, softball playoff schedule is going to be.
Well, it's nice to see the boys. It's a new program, obviously, with combined with Spring Lake Park. Nice to see them get a couple of wins late in the season.
Well, and putting out much better numbers.
Well, I was going to say,
and
scoring
good.
some goals, and they're starting to figure it out a little bit. It's a good time for them to be doing it.
Anybody can win in the playoffs.
It's all you need is a chip and a chair.
Not sure what that means. I thought all you needed was love, but we'll go with yours.
Well, you do that too.
Girls lacrosse team is finishing up its regular season as well this week. They went against Osseo Park Center in a tight one, but they come up just short against the other birds in the conference. Kenny Bolander, 9.7 goals, 2 assists. Rowan Tom had 6 and 2. Casey Beck had 5 points with 4 assists and a goal. Maddie Fowler had a couple of assists, and Stadoka made 8 saves in the loss. Well, the Cardinals, as we talked about, opening the final week of the regular season this week. They had a visit from the Andover Huskies on Monday. Huskies came in at 9-2 in second place in the Northwest Suburban. They had won 6 straight, and they weren't about to let off the gas against Coon Rapids. You can't start much faster than this. Right off the opening faceoff, it's Claire Nelson off to the races, cuts across, puts the long shot to the back of the net. They're on the board just 10 seconds into the contest. Cardinals down 5 goals, less than 5 minutes in. Rowan Tom finally breaks the seal, gets her own rebound, goes low to score. Coon Rapids on the board. Midway through the first now, Cardinals down by 10. Nice setup to Kennedy Bolander, and she can finish from there. This one is way out of reach from very early on. Check out the long distance assist for keeper Hannah Sadolka in the second half. Finds Brooke Griffith behind the defense. She gets in and scores. I love me some goalie assists. But Andover in complete control all game long. They find Jocelyn Thinnis on the doorstep for one here. Huskies cruise to the 23-4 victory.
Tough one, but Andover pretty good.
Yeah, and
they're pretty good.
It doesn't get any easier. They finished the season at Centennial, another one of the top teams in the section. So they'll at least be tested and really know what they have to do if they want to compete when sections start next Tuesday.
I mean, I totally agree, and it's obviously it's an interesting season for both lacrosse squads. But Brian Trausch, by the way, said he will teach you all about the chip in a chair theory after the show. So.
Okay, well, that's good. It's good to know.
Yep.
But that is all we have. We knew it was going to be a quick one, and we don't know when we'll be back. We do know we'll have softball on Thursday night live at 7 o'clock from Sand Creek against a very good Benilde St. Margaret's squad. So make sure to tune in for that one. And then next week's schedule is all up in the air until we know what kind of seedings teams get and where they're playing. We'll do our best to get as much Cardinal coverage as we can. We'll be back on the set whenever time allows. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Brian Trausch in the control room, I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.